Hi, this is Carlos from RC Advisor. I thought I would talk today about my design process for model airplanes. I did the Pickerel, I'm now doing the Kilo 3D design, and I've learned a lot about coming up with original model airplanes. And the first step for me is coming up with a list of goals. What am I trying to accomplish? What is it that's important to me, and how will I know I'm done? How will I know if the design is a success? And the flip side of the coin from goals is constraints, because goals are things that you want to have in there, constraints are things that you don't want to have in there. And just coming up with a whole big long list, I don't think it's very useful, because that's really like a whole big wish list, and yeah, that doesn't really provide any guidance, because it's too easy to just put everything in there. And so then you end up with all these goals and constraints that really contradict each other. So you're never going to have success with a list like that. So the key to having a list of goals is having a prioritized list. And what I'll do is I'll put together a list, and normally I don't have more than maybe 10 items that I consider very important, as either goals or constraints. And that's the list that I focus on. I mean, I may write down a bunch of other things, but that's the wish list. Yeah, it will be nice, but don't even lose sleep over those other items. Just focus on the top 10, and I think they're going to guide you towards success. So then once I have that, there's a lot of brainstorming, and for me it boils down to risk management, which is, okay, what is it that I don't know, or what is it that I don't have any experience with, or I don't have? Let me attack that first. If I feel that this part of the wing is really critical for the design, I'm going to be focusing on that first, and I may do some throwaway experiments and do a lot of research and thinking, and sketches in my notebook, and I always have my calculator for running numbers. And until I'm pretty happy with that, I'm not gonna go on to another part of the airplane, and definitely I'm not going to try and build an airplane until I'm pretty happy with this part design, because to me that's a big risk area. And there's an old saying, the difference between theory and practice is less in theory than it is in practice. And what that is saying is that you may do the research, but until you try it out, you don't know for sure how well it's gonna work, or if it's gonna work at all. And I'm always getting surprises. Even with all the experience that I have with model airplane design and prototyping, you have to try it out. And I think the key to making that work is to come up with simple, quick and easy experiments that are not going to cost you much, as far as time and money and materials and all of that, because otherwise you won't do it. But if you have these simple experiments that you can, okay, let me do a quick experiment, and I'll learn this and this and this, you'll do it. And I'm always doing glue tests, and trying different techniques for building, and all sorts of things. And most of this stuff you didn't see. I mean, I was doing a lot of stuff for Pickerel, but I didn't show it in the video, because that's really for my own education. But you have to do it. And I mean, I think 20 years from now, when hopefully I'm still doing this, I'm still going to be doing experiments, because there's always new materials, there's always new techniques, there's always new goals. And that was definitely the case with Pickerel. The same power system as Modifly, pretty much the same materials as Modifly, but I had an entirely different set of goals for that airplane, and it led me an entirely new design direction. Of course, I learned a lot from Modifly, so that was part of it, but it was mostly a different set of goals. And you need to keep the goals in mind, and you need to let them guide you towards success, wherever that they may take you. And again, you have to question your assumptions. Think outside the box. It's another saying. So, the quick and easy for the experiments has its place, but my overall strategy is really the opposite of that. It's the opposite of quick and easy, which is just hard work. Don't take anything for granted. Try everything out, test everything out, and it takes forever. But that's, you know, you want to have a breakthrough design that's different than anything else out there, and better in at least some ways. That's what you have to do. And you know, that's what I end up doing, because I mean, for me, what drives me is design, and I want to do something that's different, and the only way to do it is hard work, you know, and lots of experiments and taking chances and making mistakes. But I'm usually very happy by the end result. Of course, you know, I always say, gee, that took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take, but that's the way it goes. So take some chances, make mistakes. There's a saying, you know, if you're not making mistakes, you're not learning, and that's definitely true. But if you try something out, whether it works or not, send me an email, let me know. And till next time.